Good evening, race fans, and welcome to another Sim Racing Network presentation of the Sim500 Monday Night Series, the Transervice Cup Series. Tonight we're in Brooklyn, Michigan, that is. Michigan International Speedway, 2-mile D-shaped oval. One of my favorite tracks, to be honest with you. I love this track. We've got the new Cup car, the Ford Mustangs out there tonight. It's going to be a fun run. We got 100 laps here at Michigan International Speedway. Transervice Cup Series coming at you tonight. Hopefully in the booth with me will be Sean Yoder. Sean, you there yet, buddy?
I'm in the booth. I'm trying to get loaded in here and make sure that I'm seeing the pictures that you guys are seeing. Definitely looking forward to this. Was producing and commentating last night, and I'm just going to go ahead and thank Aaron for being here tonight for the production side of things, because trying to do both of those things at the same time, it's like walking and chewing gum at the same time. I'm not good at it, can't do it, and that multitasking thing has passed me by, man. I'm an old man. I can't do that anymore.
I understand completely. I've been offered a chance to do the producing, and I know my limitations, so I humbly said no, thank you. Well, here we are, man. Michigan International Speedway. This is by far one of my favorite tracks on the schedule. Speaking of the schedule, I think we are at race number, let's see here, 15 on the season. And I tell you what, we got quite the points race going on, man. We got Justin Fuller still leading the points, but only by 2 points over Trey Edson. Dave Comstock bringing up third. Chad Cole falls back to fourth. And rounding out your top five in points is Daniel Falkingham. And Sean, tonight we got 100 laps at Michigan. What do you think? Let's see. Caution-free racing, a cluster.
I don't think it's going to. I mean, last night, basically the same group of folks. I mean, we've got a couple new faces in here tonight compared to what we had last night, but last night was only 2 cautions. Now, I did hear, was in the room here listening to everybody out there during the last practice session leading up to this. They're out there qualifying right now, and people were saying that it's slippery. I don't know whether that's a function of the track, the new cars, what it is, but people aren't exactly having a great time. The drivers aren't having a great time getting these cars turned down into the corner, and they seem to be a little bit sketchy coming off the corner too. So 2 cautions last night. I don't know where we're going to be tonight. It could be 2, it could be none, it could be 23. I have no idea, but Sim500 is always a great race. They always put on a great show, and I'm just glad to be here to check it out, man. These new cars are looking good. Like you said, the Mustang looks really good. I dig that car a lot.
Yeah, I almost thought about jumping into the Ford Mustang, but nah, I'm a Chevy guy through and through. But I can't speak to the default setup. I ran the NIS Open this weekend, the Sunday version of it, and was doing pretty good. But I use an open setup. I use my own setup, and I didn't find it that difficult at all, to be honest with you. I thought the car was fantastic. You've just got to know how to take care of your tires, and if you're good at car control, then you're one of the guys that this new package suits quite nicely. But here we go. They've done their qualifying bit, and we've got a pole winner in the form of Mike Kelly with a 39.118, and he'll be gritting on the pole right there first. And second on his outside, Michael Keaton in that 7 car.
Actually, I need to press the button so you can hear me. In third spot, we have. Go ahead and run the grid down. I'm having a little bit
yeah, I got that for you. I'm sorry. I thought you were loaded in all the way there. Starting third, Anthony DeBarro. To his outside, Nicholas Cohan in the 21. Inside, row 3, Dave Comstock in the 42. To his outside, Josie. Jose Gonzalez for Crossover Motorsports in 6th place in the 26 car. Inside, row 4, Nelson Rivera in the 22 car. Outside of him, Nigel Standish. Inside, row 5, Chad Cole. And to his outside, Mitch Rollo. Those two are also Crossover Motorsports reps, and looks like those guys had a good run in qualifying. They had 3 cars in the top 10. The rest of your field, scroll by on the bottom of the screen there, and don't forget, folks, we've got the triple threat of broadcasting that we do. YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just do a search for the Sim Racing Network. Give us a like and a follow. You'll get your notifications set up. That way you know whenever we go live. And speaking of going live here, Sean, you got it worked out yet there, bud?
I'm close. I can see the field. I can see everybody gridding up. I just don't have all my windows for all my data open yet. So I'm trying to get that stuff open, and I can see the grid. I can see what's going on, and I finally Trading Paints finally loaded everybody up for me, so I can see the proper cars in front of me now, and I'm Taking a look at Mike Kelly in that number 2 car sitting on the pole right now, looking all good and stuff. And that's a name I'm relatively new to the Sim500 series as far as commentating goes, and I heard Mike Kelly's name all that much. So him being up front, is that a normal thing, or is that a new thing?
I wouldn't say qualifying up front is new for him. As far as on the season, he's got 6 top 10s and 1 top 5 finish. So he's not a relative newcomer to running strong. He just hasn't had the luck that most of the other guys that have finished in the top 5, top 10 have. But that's a really good showing for him. I think, I'm not real sure. I don't have a way to back this up. I think that's his first top 5 qualifying. Definitely his first pole this season for sure.
If you're going to you get your first top 5, then you might as well go ahead and go all the way to the top.
Right on, man.
Go all the way to the front. Put that IKS injury attorney's car up front. I'm not a Camaro guy. I'm more of a Mustang guy, definitely. But
we still like it. That's okay.
Still wants. Hey, we all have our faults. I'm actually really a Dodge guy. If you're going to go with American stuff.
Mopar. You know what Mopar is? It means it needs more power.
Mopar is the answer. It's like
Mopar
is 42. It's the answer.
Okay. 42. That's a good reference to a great book and movie, by the way, folks. Well, here we are. The lights are off in the pace car. And for those of you who are wondering what the hell we're talking about, search the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Check it out when you get a chance. Lights are off in the pace car. We're stacked up 2 by 2. Mike Kelly with his first pole of the season down there on the inside with the 2 car to his outside, which is kind of ironic. Michael Keaton, another one we haven't talked about being up front too much out here. So it's the battle of the mics on the inside and the outside of the front row. Here we go. Pace car ducks off, and the green flag should be coming out here shortly. Sean, here we go, man. Let's get it done. Green flag is out here in Michigan for the Sim500 Transervice Cup Series. Here we go. Great start, it looks like there on the inside. Outside, not so much. I'm not sure if Keaton spun his tires. Mr. Batman Keaton out there, but he's dropped all the way back to 3rd. Has his hands full with that. Was that 21 car of Nick Cohan pushing him all the way down to turn 1 right there. Meantime, Comstock sneaks down the inside there and takes away 3rd place.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle tonight. I'm looking at cars all over the track. We've got the 27 Coors Light machine, that Camry, taking it to the front already. We've got a pass for the lead.
DeBarro's not messing around tonight, man. He's been real strong in the last. Oh, wow, he wiggles just a little bit on exit of 3, and that's what we were talking about at the top of the show. A lot of these drivers have found this car extremely loose to start off with, and that's kind of the opposite of what we're used to with iRacing's default setups. Usually they start off extremely tight and just get tighter, but boy, that was a hell of a wiggle out of him. He saved it, kept it straight, and didn't lose too much momentum. He is, however, going to give it the lead to the 21 car of Nick Cohan. So right there, folks, 2 laps in, and we've already had 3 different leaders. Yeah,
Nick Cohan looking good in that Camry up front. And I'm just going to go ahead and say this, too. I know this is going to make me really weird, and people are going to think I'm absolutely insane, which you'd be totally right if you think that. I think the new Camry actually looks pretty good. It makes a good-looking race car, and it looks good on the street.
We got a big spin back stretch here. Sorry, coming out of turn 4. And I didn't mean to cut you off. It looked like one guy got out of shape, and I'm not real sure who that was. I'm backing it up now to try and find a car number for our producer to focus on, and that would be Glen Campbell in the 44. Got very, very loose and out of shape right there, but he did save it, but then chaos ensued behind him, it looked like.
I'm looking at Glen's car right now, and that front end is torn up, man. That is an ex-Camaro.
I see what happened here. The 88,
no longer.
The 88 got tapped just a little bit by that 44 of Glen Campbell. He tried to save it, looped it, collected, it looks like the 81 of Adam Gilliland. Oh, Adam was a past winner here in this series, and he's got a lot of damage, it looks like, because he got clicked by a whole bunch of cars. We had cars spinning all over the front stretch there. The 44 was in it, as I said earlier. The 43 of Doug Roth was collected in that. So first flag, lap 3, and that did not take long at all there, Sean.
Well, like I said, before this race started, that last practice session, we had a lot of drivers talking about how loose these cars were. I heard a lot of people saying, you're not going to make it around here a lap without the thing getting out from under you. And, well, unfortunately, that was a bad omen. We're under caution here at Michigan. We've got pretty much the entire field coming down pit lane right now.
With the exception of leaders.
Yeah, I know. A little bit weird, but it is what it is.
Well, that's only 3 laps on those tires, so I mean it's not a bad call either way. Come in, stay out, whatever. It's really about track position. Uh, that's going to be the difficult thing to make, I think, here on the track. Noting how loose these cars are and how difficult it's going to be to pass without losing control of your vehicle. I mean, we just saw it right there. Campbell didn't have any help at all. His car just got out from underneath him in a hurry. And that's kind of what we were, you just talked about that, and you talked about at the top of the show. The drivers are complaining this setup's really loose, but it's not really complaining. I shouldn't say that because a lot of these guys like it. They like the fact that iRacing has put the handling of the car back into the driver's hands, to where you really got to know how to drive the car, not just with the steering wheel, but with the throttle also.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that up to a point, but modern era race cars, and opinion may be popular or unpopular depending on who you are, but modern era race cars are not built to be difficult to drive. They're built to be easy. Getting the last little bit, that last tenth of performance out of a car is where it's tough. And to hear that these things are that loose right out of the gate, it's I don't know. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that it may be a little off. I haven't driven them yet, so I don't know.
Well, I heard an interview, a real life interview, I should say. I believe it was Clint Boyer. I can't remember. It might have been the Dale Jr. download, but I think it was Clint Boyer. They were talking about with this new package. That's what it's done basically. Is it's taken the car and made it not as easy to drive, especially over the longer run. And I think, just my personal opinion, that iRacing really hit on the same thing with this last build, and the way that the package handles and the way the cars handle over time. I love it. It just the problem is getting those long green flag runs in and getting that feel. That's to me that's a problem. I see a lot of overly aggressive drivers that just get in way over their heads and wind up causing cautions. But anyway, I'm not saying that's what happened tonight, folks. I believe Glenn just got loose. He wasn't over aggressive or anything like that. He just got loose, and unfortunately, a lot of cars got collected in that. So we're going to let these guys spin around now that pit stops are taking place. We're going to take a small 10-second break for station identification. When we come back, we will get to the start of the race, the restart, I should say. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this small 10-second break. And welcome back to the Sim Racing Network's presentation of the Sim500's Monday night Transervice Cup Series here at Michigan International Speedway up in the Irish Hills of Michigan. 100 laps. We've got 5 down. We're under caution, folks. We had a multi-car pileup coming out turn 3. Direct result of how loose the setup was. Don and I were just talking about that before the break. It's a loose one, Don.
Don's
sorry,
not here.
Sean. I'm so sorry.
I was like, Don, no, Don.
My apologies.
Here,
folks, I am not on my game tonight. It's been a long Monday.
That was awesome. I thought you'd brought someone up into the booth and I didn't hear it.
Nope, that's just me being stupid.
Good job. Are we about to go green?
Yes, we are. The police car's lights are off. Sean, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I'm glad to be here. It's a lovely one. It's a lovely Monday night in Alabama.
Even though your partner's trying to rename you?
I'll answer to just about anything. I don't even care anymore. Too old to care, really. Just call me whatever you want to call me.
How old are you, Sean?
973 years old, sir.
I'm 965, so you are older than me.
Yeah, I got to be.
Yep. Anyway, here we go. DeBarro down the inside. And Doug, our pace car driver, is bringing them down the backstretch, Sean. And I'm hoping we see a long green flag run, to be honest with you. I want to see what these Sim500 boys can do with this package and this new tire and all that goodness after a long, long run. So here we go through turn 3. What do you think, Sean? You think we're going to be able to get a long green flag run out of them?
We had one last night. I'd love to see one tonight. I know this is a new package. Everybody's kind of getting it dialed in, getting used to it. The group is definitely capable of a long green flag run. We saw it last night. We'd like to see it again. I love green flag pit stops, trying to figure out how everything's sorting out. Always fun to go through that and try to figure out where everybody is during that period, during a green flag pit stop run. So green flag's out. And Nick Cohen takes that Camry and basically just puts the hammer down and takes the lead. But he pulls down low, in front of Anthony DeBarro, that Coors Light car slots into second, and then behind them we have a lot of side-by-side action, cars all over the track.
Absolutely. Mike Kelly's battling with Comstock, taking third spot away from Comstock, sliding Comstock back to fourth. Behind them, we've got a 3-car battle, 3Y, I should say, for fourth between, looked like Jose Gonzalez in that tide ride, Mike Keaton down there, and believe it or not, Mitch Rollo's worked himself up.
Whoa,
there goes
sideways.
Keaton. He got loose, and somebody in front of him got loose as well. These cars are just wicked and viciously loose there, Sean.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was whether they got help that spun around. Who was that got turned there a little bit?
Let's see on the replay here.
Was it EJ?
I'm looking at it. Keaton got some help from Mitch, and behind him, you're right. Looks like somebody down the inside. That was EJ O'Rourke. Yeah, he was down the inside also. He had some help. Wow, little bumping going on there. Now, you can't do that with these cars, man. They're too loose for that.
Yeah, was it a bump? Did you see a bump? Did you see contact? Because I couldn't tell from where I'm looking right now. Arrow loose. Okay, producer chiming in. Aaron saw it and says he thought it was arrow loose. We'll see whether these things tighten up a little bit. I'm hoping if we get a long green flag, we'll see the tires calm down a little bit, and maybe these guys will start using the middle and the high line, not trying to load the tires up so much down low, and we'll settle down a little bit is what I'm hoping. And as I say that, everybody's sort of, at least in the top 10, top 15 or so, it looks like we're kind of settling down and everybody's kind of going single file here. We've got about 7th, 8th place back there. We have some cars side by side, but for the most part, filling out a little bit.
I don't know what happened just now, but the whole field glitched out on me when it came back. I'm showing a lot of damage on a lot of cars, so I'm going to chalk that up to a connection issue on my end, because I see multiple cars without front ends, without hoods.
You just experienced.
Yeah, this is
that's called LSD, and we
negative
we don't.
Ghost Rider. That pattern is the most definitely full. I've never.
No, everybody's fine, man. I'm looking at the screen right now.
Good. I thought there was a massive crash or something. Well, Cohen does have a bit of a lead there, but look at Kelly down on the inside. He's got his hands full with the tide ride of Jose Gonzalez out there, that 26 car. That outside line, Sean, looks like it's really starting to build some aggression there, build some grip, and allowing these guys to make some maneuvers on the outside there.
Yeah, you got to figure they're going to go to the high side pretty early in the run with these cars, just because they are so loose. You go up high and you're not taxing the tires quite as much. You're letting the car free up, and it should be a little easier to run up high, I would think, and we're seeing that right now.
Yeah, it's always been the case. I mean, that's how I felt anyways, that if the car's really, really loose, I like to run the middle to high line. It's just, it's easier to me to drive a loose car up high. That, and if you do lose it, there's not too far to go for you at the wall.
Look at that 26 car. Jose Gonzalez is on
making
a
that
tear,
inside
man.
work, man. He likes that loose race car. Look at him.
Yeah, he drove
it
down to the bottom and said, "I'm going to go ahead and go buy you, Mr. DeBarro." And oh yeah, by the way, Nick Cohen, I'm right here. The ghost of Ricky Rudd
hung out, and well, look at that. Cohen's going to duck down the inside right there, take that line away, give him some dirty air to deal with, and see how he likes that. In the meantime, Mike Kelly's crowding up there right behind DeBarro for that fourth, whatever the hell you want to call it, spot. I mean, they're all kind of, you can throw a blanket over the top 5 really right now, but Kelly's just trying to figure out, does he want to go down low? Does he want to stick up high with these guys up in the high line? And I'm still very impressed with the 26 car down there, Sean, really still hanging in there on the inside line.
Yeah, it's impressive to watch him run the low line. No one else is really doing that effectively. The only other car that I see down low right now really consistently is Justin Fuller. And Justin is running back in, where's he at right now? Justin's back in the 8th spot. And yeah, Justin's running the low line. Yeah. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars on the high line right now that are snaking around. And the 26 cars about to take the lead.
Yeah. Jose is really pressing for that lead there. He's got some help down low now in the form of the 96 car of Mitch Rollo, so he might get a little bit of aero help. And oh wow, Cohen slides down in front of him, going down into 1 right there. And what Cohen's doing right there is just like to do it at plate track, man. He's kind of getting down there, breaking up that draft, breaking up that run a little bit, and using the air to kind of just break the run of the 26 and the 96 down there on the inside. I thought Mitch was going to take it 3 wide. It still looks like he's thinking about taking it 3 wide. but he doesn't. So that's probably
might not be the best thing to do here. Three
not
wide
right. Well, look at this. Look at Comstock coming up the middle 3 wide. Inside him is Rolo on the out. Oh, we got a car loose in the back there. The M&M's car. That might be Donnie Leah back there, but I'm still watching. Look at Fuller. Fuller shoots the thread down there. Threads the needle going down inside of the 26 of Gonzalez. He's going to dive it down there 1 and 2. Going to take it 3 wide. Gonzalez in the middle. DeBarro on the outside. Mike Kelly's out there now. Ooh, Fuller gets very, very loose. Coming off a 2. Saves it. And is still 3 wide.
I have no idea how he saved it and how he kept it that low that long. I was getting ready to say, I'm kind of thinking that the way the tires work here at iRacing, you might get a little bit of that good, that new off the tire, and then you might be able to drive the cars down a little bit lower just because it's not trying to bring that rear end around, with the front end, with the front end grip, once you get some of the new off the tire. But everybody seems to be liking the high line better than the low line right now.
And bump drafting. We just saw some bump drafting all the way down the front stretch from DeBarro into the back end of Nick Cohan in that 21 car. Here he goes again on the back stretch, bump drafting, and pushed him down there. And I think that's hilarious. Bump drafting, man. That's not something you just talk about on a non-played track, and here it is. But in the meantime, DeBarro's got his hands full again. The 26 car down low, that tied Camaro. Jose Gonzalez, he is not giving up that low line down there, Sean.
No, not at all. And I'm watching Mike Kelly right now. Mike's got his hands full, man. Mike is running back in the 5th spot after starting on the pole, and he's sawing on that wheel, definitely swatting some flies inside that car, trying to keep it going in a straight line, but it does not want to keep going straight. He's turning this thing into a Formula Drift event instead of a NASCAR event right now.
And the more that slipping and sliding does, the worse those tires, or the quicker those tires are going to wear down. I think what Jose's figured out is this car is loose, so let it turn itself. Don't fight it too much going through the turn. And, speaking of getting loose, wow, DeBarro wiggled really bad coming off the 4 right there. Excuse me, and who is that right there on his tail? Man, we got some guys. That's the 18 of Donnie Leah. That's not the M&M car, so I guess that wasn't him that got loose a minute ago. But Donnie Leah has worked his way up into the top 3 there, and he's going to slide underneath DeBarro and take that spot away. So give 3rd spot right now to Donnie Leah, all the way up from 12th place there, Sean, and he is looking strong in the latter part of this run.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time that we've seen a 14 or 15 car pack like this that is stuck together for the first 20 laps of a Sim500 race. I mean, it's you can say what you want about this package being loose, but it seems to be producing some pretty amazing racing. And as I'm saying amazing racing, the 18 car is below the white line, that Camry. And who's driving the 18? Know that.
That's Donnie Leah looking 3 wide for the lead right there, and almost pulled it off, but didn't quite clear anybody going down into 1 right there. And unfortunately, that's the thing. If you can't make that pass before you get down to the turn, usually that high line defends quite well up there.
Who is in the Donnie Lee is in the 18. I'm sorry, not EJ. I know better than that. Yeah, Donnie driving it way low, and right as soon as I say Donnie's name, sideways. He's sideways and sliding it. I'm surprised there's not smoke flying off the tires when they're going around the corners right now. It's everybody is just rotating the thing through all the way through the corner.
Absolutely. Let's let the car turn itself. But look at this fight we've got up here for the lead. It's literally like a 12-car fight. You've got Cohan, you got DeBarro up there. Jose Gonzalez finally on the outside using a power move to try and take the lead away from Nick Cohan for the first time in several laps. Give the lead for now going down the backstretch to Jose Gonzalez, crossover motorsports driver in that 26 Tide Camaro. Man, what a move on the outside there, Sean. And I tell you what, he's actually gapping the field now.
Yeah, once he got up there, he put a car length on Nick Cohen really quick. But Nick fighting back. They're going below that white line again. Nick fighting back on the outside. Got to run. Pulling up beside Jose Gonzalez. Say what you want, like I said, about these cars being loose. This is really good racing right now. And
absolutely,
we've got 80 to go,
racing.
so the excitement's going to continue for a while.
We saw Cohan get just a little loose right there on exit 2, and he had to wash up and chase the car up the track. So he lost his momentum there. So Jose's going to maintain his lead. And I think Gonzalez might want to consider getting a little bit higher and try to take that high line away. Oh, wow, we got a little contact between Leah down low in the 18 car and up high with Nick Cohan, that 21 car, and a little more contact coming to the tri-oval.
Yeah, they're beating and banging, man. This is not Martinsville, guys. This
Not
is
at
not.
all.
It is not super late model racing. These guys are running, what are they, 170 plus mile an hour through the corners, and they're beating and banging like they're running 90 mile an hour through the corners.
I'm
Hey,
saying,
more
man, and
power to
if
them.
any one of these guys messes up front, it's going to take a bunch of cars out. Well, folks, we started this race with, I believe, 40 cars on the field, 41 cars, excuse me. Joey Gentile did not start the race. He had some fatherly issues to go take care of, being the family man that he is. We started with 41 cars. We still have 37 on the lead lap, and we have retired the car of Anthony Calantoni and Adam Gilliland. Timothy Johnson 2 laps down, but he had connection issues at the start of the race, Sean, which is kind of iRacing's version of mechanical failures, I guess you could say. So he might get a lucky dog or two before this is over with and get back on the lead lap. But, man, I tell you what, look at this lead now that Jose Gonzalez has. He's actually got a full, and I know this sounds funny to say, but almost a half a second. But, folks, that's the biggest lead we've seen tonight.
Yeah, that is by far the biggest lead we've seen. It's been nose to tail for the first 20 plus laps of this event. Jose Gonzalez, though, taking that tied Camaro and showing everybody how it's done. I really do think that's a product of, like you said earlier, let the car turn itself. Just initially turn that car down, let it rotate, let it set, and then just calm with the steering wheel.
Absolutely.
Then thing from there on out, and he's doing it well.
Well, I remember in an earlier race this year in this car on what was it, Auto Club, California, the sister track in Michigan here. The initial set that we were using in the open race was kind of like that. It was really loose. So I learned it about 2 or 3 laps in. Just let the car turn itself. You'll feel it. You'll feel it set, and as it goes down through the center of the turn, you'll feel it start to rotate the way you want to. So just don't fight it and let it. A lot of people say don't let the car drive you. You drive the car. But when you have it set up like this, man, I don't know. I let the car do what it wants for the first half of the corner.
You kind of have to. Yeah, and I mean, you have to unless you want to be up on that wheel and just constantly turning. And if you're doing that with the steering wheel, all you're doing is moving weight around in that chassis. The more you move the weight around, the less chance the car has to settle and actually go around the corner and maintain speed.
Don't mean to cut you off, Sean, but look at that. Cohan drafted back up to Jose and blew past him like he was standing still. Leah's trying to get second spot, but man, Leah is just so loose going through the center of the turn 3 right there. But look at that. I don't know if frickin' the 21 car's got some NOS in that car or what, but it's like he punched a button and passed up the 26 there. And as I say that, look at this.
He reactivated 6-cylinder. He was running on 4-cylinder. He had cylinder deactivation.
That's it. He had that cylinder deactivation going. But look at this. Jose, that 26 car, fighting back, and he's right on the bumper of Cohan. This is some of the best racing I have seen. I'm like you. Say what you want about this new package and everything, but damn, it makes for some good racing.
Yeah, and I mean, is that a product of these guys have had to? They don't seem to have toned it down. They're still throwing it in there, side by side, looking high, looking low. The racing doesn't seem to have suffered at all. They're just having to get up on the wheel and get the job done, and Sim500 guys are doing it right now.
I have been saying this for months, Sean. Months. Oh, wow, look at this 4 wide back there in 8th
Yeah,
place.
that's what I was getting ready to say.
I've been saying this for months, and it's not. I'm not blowing smoke up these people's ass. I barely know half of these guys, but I have run with a bunch of them. But I've been doing these broadcasts for several months. These are some of the best sim racers I've seen in a long time. And I race A Open a lot, and I see cautions caused by stupidity, by guys just running out of talent, overdriving the car. But not here with these guys. I mean, look at this. We've been, 18, 19, almost 20 laps now on green. And it's not like they're playing pussy and just chilling. They're out there beating the hell out of each other, up on the wheel, driving this car. We've had a guy, Falkingham. Look at this Falkingham on the outside. Where the hell did he come from?
I don't know.
He's up there fighting for the lead now.
Falkingham, I think, just came out of the pits and decided he wanted to be up front. I have no idea.
Wow. I'm just, that's what I'm saying. And, I mean, I've got experience driving the A car, and it's not, these guys are making it look amazing to me. I'm sorry. I'm rambling on. It's just, I'm amazed by the racing we've seen in the first 28 laps of this race, and we still got, 72 to go. So, I mean, wow. 3 wide up front for the lead even. I mean, come on, man. Holy crap.
Yeah, 3 wide up front, and we're literally only 29 in. So, this is a sprint race from the green flag to the checkered. There's no laying back and clicking off laps for these guys. They're just on
Not
it.
at all. And they do it so well with each other. They've all these guys have been racing each other for a long, long time. So they're very comfortable driving like this around each other, and it shows on track. It's some of the most entertaining racing that you can find in sim racing. But I'll tell you what, Falkingham, I'm still gets really loose, chases the car, but now we got a 4 wide situation brewing down here, coming through the front tri-oval, and nobody's backing off, nobody's giving an inch. Matter of fact, Comstock is bump drafting Leah up through there. So we're going to go 3 wide, thank you very much, going through down 1 and 2. And in the meantime,
it was more like 3.5 wide.
3.5 wide. There you go. Meantime, Cohan's looking in his mirror, he's like, yeah, you guys go ahead and do that. I'm just going to check out for a few minutes. I'll see y'all later on.
He's not checking out. DeBarro now showing him it's Camry on Camry action here. DeBarro
you can't say anything
driving by
definitive, because the second you do, they're going to make you look stupid. Look at that. Wow, DeBarro just blows right on by him, man. I love this package. I absolutely love this package.
Yeah, if this is what we're going to see for the rest of the season, bravo iRacing. And to everybody that's driving right now at the end of this race, I know you're going to be complaining it's too loose, it's too loose, it's too loose. Just watch the replay. Watch the entire race.
I think these guys are having fun, Sean. I really do. I don't know how many of these guys you know very well, but I know a lot of these guys are probably grinning ear to ear right now.
I hope they are. They should be, because I don't remember a race, and I've been around. Like I'm about to reveal my age. I remember back when we were racing on Hawaii. That's how
yes,
old
sir.
I am.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how old I am.
I mean, I hated it then, but I loved it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, everybody hated it, but it's what we had, man. And it's been a long time since I've seen a race like this.
I can't tell you how many times I came out of turn 4 at Daytona with a car inside of my car. Inside my car! You know how distracting that can be?
Yes, I do.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you do.
I was on Hawaii, I was on Kali. Ooh.
Yeah. For those of you that don't understand what we're talking about, way back when the makers of, as a matter of fact, the guys that build you and bring you iRacing, a lot of them started with, we got a caution on track. We'll get back to the history lesson later on. Let's see what we got going on back here somewhere. Oh, wow. Glen Campbell again. He's spinning wildly down the front stretch, and it looks like he washed up into the 8 car of Randy Yoakum. And as you'll see on the replay right here, 2 cars fighting for real estate right there, and it just didn't work out for one of them, the 44 car, who was already damaged from his spin earlier. He's going to finish himself off, it looks like, right there. Another thing I want to congratulate iRacing on is they updated the sparks and the smoke and all that, Sean, and these cars look brilliant when they wreck now. I'm sorry to say that,
really,
but it's great.
The package is getting better and better and better. They are consistently.
My gosh, what a race.
We like to complain about the tire model. We like to complain about it. Where else are you going to go to get racing? Like doesn't happen. Of course I am.
So I'll tell you, we're going to catch our breath here. We got pit stops coming up, folks. So we're going to take a commercial break real quick. We're going to go ahead and keep it corner to corner, let you watch the pit stops as they happen. We'll cover anybody that screws up on pit road and costs themselves any track positions. But Sean and I need to recoup for a second, catch our breath, wet the whistles, whatnot. We're going to run a couple commercials. When we come back, we'll give you the rundown of who did what under pit stops. And hell, we'll try and pull somebody up and talk to them. So we'll take a second, take a couple commercials. We'll be right back. Stay tuned to the Sim Racing Network.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And welcome back to the Sim500's presentation. I'm sorry, I did it again. The Sim Racing Network's presentation of the Sim500 Trans Cup Monday Night Cup Series here on iRacing. We're at Michigan, folks, and we're going to talk to David Comstock real quick, driver of the 42 ZL1 Camaro down there. Dave, this is John up in the booth. You got your ears on, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, please tell me that I'm not wrong when I'm guessing you guys are down there with smiles on your faces from ear to ear.
Stress is more so the case.
Oh, come on.
It's fun. Definitely got a hands full here. It's like swatting flies in the car.
Yeah, we've been watching you guys, but my God, man, you guys are putting on one hell of a show down there. How's your car feeling? I know you're going to say loose, but I mean, is it a good loose? Is it scary loose? What's going on there, bud?
It's definitely a scary loose. It's more so 3 and 4. It's where it's a lot looser. It's actually decently snug going into the corners, especially turn 1. But 3 and 4 is definitely on the looser side today. And it's just really wicked through the center off of 3 and 4. So, yeah, definitely just having to work the wheel a lot and work that throttle and just try to keep the momentum as best we can here.
Well, it seems like every time we look down there, there's a new person up front, or one of you guys is challenging for the lead, and it's been very entertaining. But I know you got your hands full, man, so I'm going to let you get back to it. Good luck for the rest of the race, and maybe we'll see you later on for a podium talk, maybe even a victory.
Hey, we'll see what we can do with this Racing Biz Chevy. Enjoy the show.
All right, bud. Thanks for your time, David.
Thank you.
That was Dave Comstock, Aftermath Motorsports driver. He's been real strong these last few weeks, Sean, and I tell you, he's looking strong tonight.
Yeah, he sounded really, really calm considering everything that he said was going on inside the car right now. So
he thrives on this, man. He thrives on this.
Yeah, I mean, it focuses you. It definitely focuses you. One thing that I've learned over the years, and I've been racing for 44 years. It's the only place where a lot of us can focus. And sim racing provides the same level of focus for me as being in a real car. It's the only place where you clear your mind and this is all you concentrate. The way these cars are handled, the way they're racing.
Serious too, anyway, yeah.
They have to be doing that. Really cool.
Well, I'll tell you, this has got to be one of the best races I've seen so far with these guys, and it's not over yet. We're only on lap 36 out of 100, but the pace car's lights are off, and it looks like pit stops went fairly smoothly for everybody. The only person I see that lost maybe 1 or 2 spots was Falkingham. That just could have been a slow pit stop. It didn't look like he got penalized or anything like that. But we're about to go back to green here on lap 37. Now, that last run was, let's see here, that last run was just over 24 laps long, so that was fun to watch. Let's hope we get another one in here. Maybe some green flag pit stops. Well, here we go, folks. Pace cars coming out of turn 3, ducks down the pit road, and he's second now. We'll be getting that green flag, and we'll see what our leader can do with the rest of this field. The leader is Anthony DeBarro on the outside line. Green flag is out. Great start by DeBarro, but a damn good start down there on the inside line by Cohan and that 21. Now, of course, their teammates, I'm sure there was a little help going on down there. But as they go down to turn 1 there, the top 3 are single file. Top 4 now, top 5 now. They're kind of just singled out right there, Sean.
Yeah, I'm going to try this on voice activation and see whether we're better off on voice activation than not. Like you said, Anthony DeBarro up front gets the lead, and then right behind him, Cohen and Comstock duking it out side by side. Right behind them, Donnie Leah, Jose Gonzalez. The field's bunched back up, and the field really hasn't split apart all that bad tonight. We've had 2 really big packs of about 15, 16 cars each, and good racing's been going on all the way through the field. We probably need to go at some point in time explore what's going on towards the back of the pack, but things are happening so rapidly up front, it's tough to break away and actually take a look behind there.
Well, that's why I'm happy to have a shit-hot producer down in the booth by the name of Aaron Grosskopf. Aaron's down there, in the van, I should say, in the production van. He kind of keeps an eye on the whole field for us. He's really good at that. Lets us know when crazy stuff's happening back there in the back. So we can focus on the front if we have to. But you're right. We should probably just I want to look in the back, but damn, look what's going on up front. Every time we turn around, there's somebody new shooting for the lead.
Yeah, you can't leave it. You know, it's if you have people racing for the lead as hard as these guys are, and as soon as I start talking, Jose Gonzalez takes that 26 Tide Camaro down to the bottom, shoots from 4th to 2nd.
Oh yes,
and now he's right inside DeBarro looking for the lead again. It's
look how
too much
strong
fun up
he is
front
down
to walk
there.
away from.
I mean, he is really making that inside line work for him. Not a lot of guys can pull that off this early in a run, but he does it quite well, and he didn't lose any ground on the backstretch. As a matter of fact, he gained some ground on the backstretch where normally you'd see a whole line of cars up there on the outside like that just pass him on by, but now we got a 3-wide fight with Lee and the 18 down on the inside. He's like, I'm not going to wait for you to sort this out, pal. I'm getting involved. 3 wide going down into 1-2. Lee on the inside. Gonzalez in the middle in the 26 car, and DeBarro on the outside in that 27 Coors Light car. And look at this. Gonzalez doesn't even blink, doesn't even lift. Says, I'm going to go ahead and scoot on through here. Leah falls back to third in the clutches of the 21 car of Nick Cohan. Sean, I don't think they realized they were under caution.
No, they didn't realize they were under caution, but they probably do realize that they have fresh tires, which is it's a good. I don't know, is that a blessing or is that a curse right now? The fresh tires.
For these guys, it doesn't even matter. They're racing as hard now as they will be in 15 laps. I mean,
right.
Seriously, they don't stop this at all. It's amazing about the package and this group of guys. Now, folks, like I said earlier, we started this race with 41 cars in the field. And right now, as it stands, we have retired 3 cars. The three cars that are out are MTM Calantoni, Adam Gilliland, and Glen Campbell, all involved in earlier accidents. Glen Campbell was involved in a couple of them. He's finally parked his car. We still have 36 cars on the lead lap. We've got 38 cars still on the field total. And I'll tell you what, Timothy Johnson got one of his last back. The reason I bring him up, Sean, I don't know if you saw this last week or the week before that, but Timothy Johnson's been real strong. He damn near won the race last week. Had some bad luck, but was strong all night long. And,
we got a big one.
Oh, we got a big one going on back here.
We got a big one.
Wow.
I don't know who that was that caused it initially. I know the car was black. I couldn't see who it was, but caution is out on the speedway here at Michigan.
Well, I found Coleman, and yeah, it looks like it started with Coleman, got up a little bit into Mike Kelly, bounced down off of him, and my goodness, it was just on from there. O'Rourke was involved. Kilcrease was involved. Oh, man, just a lot of great... And Keaton came along and just pretty much finished off the 20 car of Chad Cole. The 5 down there on the inside just stopped his car just to avoid all that mess. But, man, what a hell of an impact.
Yeah, that was a big one. I had everything blinked out on my screen right when it started to happen. Chad Coleman missing a hood, front end deranged. Right behind him when things picked back up on my screen, I believe that was the number 7 car. Was the 7 car involved in that as well? Michael Keaton?
7 car came in and finished him off.
Yep, 7 car. The left front on the 7 is hurt. The left front looks a little bit like a dirt modified now with that left front tire sticking out. Actually, the right front sticking out from under the fender as well. Michael Keaton did a good job. If you're going to wreck big, and he did it.
Yes, he did. Well, that puts us under caution again. Now, we've only been on track for 6 laps, but as we've seen, tires are a premium here. The grip that you get on those new tires is just, it's unequivocal. Is that the word I'm looking for? Hell, I don't know. So let's see if anybody pits here, Sean. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Now, they look like they're going to pit, but, these guys love to play their little mind game.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really far enough into this thing to play strategy right now. I mean, we're not going to see anyone come in for 2. If you're coming down, you're taking 4, and we've only had 6 laps, like you said. So take it all, man. Just go out there on new tires and run as long as you can. Yeah, I did. I said that.
Well, here we go. Pit stops underway. Let's see if everybody gets in and gets out without any mistakes. They've really improved their pit stop game, these guys. I should clarify what I mean by that. For the first few weeks that I did broadcasts with Ben here, it seemed like every week 2 or 3 guys would take themselves out of contention by sliding through their pit box or, getting a speeding penalty or something along those lines. But looks like everybody gets in and out okay, but I'm not real sure. But I think possibly the 39 car might have gone with 2.
Really?
Let me back it up and look.
I was going to say, take a look at that. Let's have a look at that.
Nope, he just had a damn good pit stop. That's all. He went in and got 4.
His crew was on it.
Yes, they were. That was fast. That was brilliant. Brilliant, I say.
Brilliant.
So under caution once again. Let's bother somebody, shall we?
Who are we going to bother? Can you get Jose?
I think we're going to drag Jose up.
I have no issue. We need to talk to Jose and find out what his secret sauce is, man.
Well, let's talk to the man himself, Jose Gonzalez. John up in the booth. Got your ears on, pal.
What's up, John?
My God, man. What the hell did you put in the gas tank of that car?
Some Tide.
Some Tide? Oh, I thought you were gonna say some Tabasco or something, man.
Yeah.
You are looking fantastically fast tonight, my friend. Great run going so far.
Yeah,
How's the
Tide
car
Pod.
feel?
Well, there's finally we get a car that we gotta drive and we gotta control. It's a car that's very loose. So anytime that you need to drive the car and it's a difficult car to drive, I usually can do something with it. Hopefully, I mean it's very it's gonna be very tough tonight. There's a lot of lane changing 3 wide, and with a loose car like that, anybody can lose it at any given time. So I'm really driving the edge of my seat here. It's I tell you, it's the most fun we've had in a long time.
I was about to say, you sound like you got a big old smile on your face down there, man. You having some fun out there?
You bet, man. This is fun as hell, and being up here, I hope everybody here is putting up a good show.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Seriously, watch the replay, Jose.
Yes, absolutely.
Watch the replay.
Go watch the replay. You will be highly entertained. Not by us. You can turn the volume off. Just watch the car drive around. But well, all right, man. We'll let you get back to it. Looks like you guys are about to get the lights off, so I'll let you strap back in, tighten them belts up, and get ready to do some battle there, buddy.
All right, have fun up there.
Oh, we are. Thank you very much. That's Jose Gonzalez, folks. Another Crossover Incorporated Motorsports driver. Looking damn strong tonight. Very impressive. And you heard him say it. It's a difficult car to drive. You've got to have car control, and he seems to thrive on that kind of a situation there, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. You could hear the happiness in his voice right then. He's
absolutely.
Giggling. He's like a 5-year-old Jose right now. He's just happy to be doing what he's doing.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Well, we touched on it earlier. The 28 car of Timothy Johnson, connection issues to start this thing off, spent the first almost half of this lap, 2 or more laps down. He's going to take the wave around right here, and that's not a bad call. He's only got 6 laps in those tires, so he's put himself on the lead lap. Now, the reason I bring him up, Sean, is I'm sure everybody's asking, why is this guy talking about somebody in 34th place? Well, that's because this guy is a damn good driver. You watch him now. He's on the lead lap. He's going to be able to challenge. I guarantee you, unless something bad happens to him, knock on wood, I hope I didn't just jinx the poor dude, within 10 laps, we'll see him up in the top 10, possibly top 5, battling it out.
Yeah, I have no doubt about that. I mean, we have 55 to go. It's not like we're anywhere near the end of this thing. And we've got the field bunched up behind the pace car right now. Doug doing his normal amazing job piloting that pace car. Our pace car driver is incredibly consistent. I don't understand how
he really
does
is.
it.
Great lap times out of that guy.
Same
very
line,
consistent.
literally every lap. Never misses a beat. The mile an hour doesn't waver. He's really good at what he does.
I think he's got cruise control set, man.
You think?
I'm serious. I think
you think it's an autonomous? It's an autonomous vehicle. That's what it is.
It's got to be. One of them. It's one of them there electric cars, man.
It's a slot car. There's a groove in the track.
That's it, man. He's on a rail. I'm sorry. No offense to all you Southern folks. Hell, I live in South Louisiana. I'm more Southern than half of y'all out there. Anyway,
Alabama, I take no offense.
There you go. Well, here we go. Pace car's off, and we're gonna get that green hanky waving in the air again, and we'll see what DeBarro can do up there on that outside line one more time. He's been strong up there, Sean. Here we go. Green flag is out. Great start by DeBarro on the outside. You got Gonzalez down there on the inside of that 26 car. And to his outside, Cohan at 21 is going to play some bumper tag there, it looks like.
Yeah, Cohen's been strong all night. Right now, Donnie Lee is sitting back in that 4th spot with Comstock taking a look underneath him, trying to take 4th away from Leah. Leah's been strong all night, too, that black and yellow car. If I could say it 3 times really fast, black and yellow, black and yellow.
He's red and white on my screen.
Is he red? He's black and yellow on my screen. Everybody else is running the right livery, or right paint job. I'm sorry. I'm going road race on y'all. I apologize.
He said livery.
I did. I'm a sports car guy. I can't help it. That's where I come from. But I've raced stock cars. But I still say livery. I married a British woman. I can't help it.
You did what?
Married a Brit. I have to say livery.
That.
It's required under contract now.
Well, folks, we're going to stop talking about Sean's private life. Hi, Mrs. Sean out there, by the way. But we're gonna tell you that one more car has dropped out of the race. That leaves 35 cars still on track, 34 on lead lap. boy, I hate to say this, but Ben Gilcrease is our last car in the lead lap, and he is beat all to hell. He was involved in another person's wreck earlier, and that's unfortunate. His brand new Mustang's all dinged up, but that's what happens, folks. Now, Timothy Johnson, I was talking about him earlier. He is back there kind of just chilling out, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he was up inside the top 10 here before we get too far, but much further into this race. Meantime, back up front, I don't know, same old story. Everybody beating the hell out of each other trying to get the lead. Look at this, down on the inside now. It's Donnie Lee in that 18 there, Sean.
Donnie's got a strong car.
Three wide. Oh, my Lord.
Aaron, our producer's yelling, turn the wheel.
Oh, wow. Fuller just takes out Rollo, sends him flying down pit road. We stay under green. I don't know what that was all about. Fuller might have gotten loose on exit there. We heard Comstock talking about that earlier, that turn is very, very treacherous right there.
I'm watching it right now. I rewound a little bit. I'm taking a look at it.
Did you see on the replay he was no, he didn't know that Rollo was down there, I don't think. He didn't get loose. He was trying to get around the car in front of him.
Yeah, I don't think he knew Rollo was down there, and he also got so close to that car in front of him that it looked like it just took the air off the front of the car, and it got really twitchy really fast.
Really twitchy really fast.
Oh, no, we just had a big one that took out a bunch of folks. Did I just see Jose Gonzalez involved in that?
Well, let's find out. We're going to try and get the replay queued up. It looks like Leah was involved in it. Leah coming off of turn 4 there. Way loose. Oh, wow. That took out a bunch of the lead cars. We have the 82 car, Chad Cole, the Falkingham car. Jose Gonzalez is involved in it. Comstock edged around, it looked like. Man, that was a big one, folks.
Was Leah the one that got loose and set it off, or do we know?
Yeah, Leah got real loose coming off of turn 4, and I believe it was just a matter of Cole trying to miss him. Didn't realize he had a car and was outside in the shape of the 26 car. So he got up at the 26, got on the wall, came down and got Falkingham. 26 came across and got Simley. That was huge. That was huge. That takes out some of the stronger cars that we've had tonight, Sean.
Yeah, the 82 car, I saw the 82 car went to avoid Leah, shot up the track, got the front end into the wall, and that's where it looked like Jose ran into Chad Cole in that 82 car, and then basically all hell broke loose from there. It was not pretty.
I'm not real sure why Falkingham stayed out. He did, though, but he'll probably bring it down pit road, get some repairs made at least, I hope. But that was all touched off, really, with Fuller and Rollo the lap before that getting into each other, sent Rollo down pit road. And then the next lap by, it just all hell broke loose, it looked like. That was crazy. And what's really crazy, I was going to touch on this before that caution came out, was even though Rollo went flying down pit road, he didn't get hit with a penalty. He got slowed down to 55 before he crossed the line.
Did he really?
Yes. Can you believe that?
He was that's impressive. That's very impressive.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. But no, he didn't. That's what I'm saying. I was looking at his car. Sorry, folks. I'm talking to my producer. You probably didn't hear him say that, but they didn't have to clear it. It would show up in chat. He just got it slowed down to 55, which was very impressive. So, he avoids the penalty. Probably got his damage fixed now in the caution, so hopefully he'll be able to rally back. He's a little far back in the field than he's been running, but he's a little better off the cars he was running with. We got a bunch of beat-up cars out there, Sean.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's hurt the front of the field pretty bad. I'm actually looking at Jose Gonzalez right now, sitting on pit lane, and front end of that Tide car is done.
Yeah, there is no front end. It's gone.
no. Well, it's got a push bar and it has some radiator. And there's a radiator and some supports, but they're bent. Yeah, it's hurt.
That's that superior cooling system.
He's not going to have to worry about overheating the rest of the night, but I don't know whether he's going to be continuing on. That's how bad that car is.
And we don't mean a joke of somebody else's misfortunes.
No,
folks.
not at all.
It's unfortunate it happens this way, but in the meantime, we've got some banged up cars still at the front of the field. I'm not sure what Sean Casso's doing. He's damaged big time. His Speed Energy ZL1 is, I can see down through the hood into the engine compartment. So I'm not sure if he's going to pit here and get that fixed or what. But behind him, we got DeBarro, Cohan, and Fuller, and Leah, and O'Rourke now. Your your top 5 if he pits. I'm hoping he pits. Good Lord, please don't let that man stay out.
I think he's going to have to pit. He's going to have to pit. I'm watching Jose right now, trying to catch up to the back of the field. He got it off pit lane in front of the pace car,
Really?
running 165-ish mile an hour through the corners. So he's down probably 7 or 8 mile an hour in the corners and running up over 170 in a straight line. So, if he gets up in a draft, how bad's it going to be?
You joke, but I saw a guy do that in the NIS Open, man. He had a lot of heavy. I mean, his nose wasn't gone. It was just crumpled up real bad, but as long as he stayed right on the bumper of somebody, he was competitive.
Right.
But he couldn't pass anybody.
I can't imagine.
Every time he tried to duck out and pass somebody, he dropped 5 spots, man. It was kind of funny to watch. So my producer says he doesn't have any damage on the 52. What do you see there, Sean?
I am looking at him right now. Let me roll the cameras.
I see some heavy left front damage.
I am not showing any damage at all.
Wow.
Are you sure we're commentating on the same race, sir?
Dude, I stopped drinking 2 hours ago.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking.
I'm just saying.
I'm just.
Well,
checking.
I did have that glitch earlier. Remember when
the
field had damage? That's probably leftovers from that. Because I'm serious, he's got some nasty nose damage from what I'm seeing. But hey, if he's undamaged, put him in the lead. Sean Castro all the way up from 32nd to the lead. He opts to stay out. Now he's got, let's see, no, actually it's showing that he did pit. That's odd.
I'm looking at Sean Castro right now. It's sitting up here at the front of the field. You can't miss the car.
No,
brighter than bright yellow. And one thing I will say about him, I'm digging the city show.
They gave him an EOL. Yeah, he's got an EOL.
He's going in the line.
Yeah, he got an in the line penalty. Now, is he going to be able to get back there in time for this race to go green, or are we going to get a delayed green? That's gonna be the question.
I wonder what that penalty was for.
I don't know. He pitted. I can tell you that. He was in the pits, but I'm not real sure what that was all about. But race control has black flag to 52, so back to the back he goes. So that's going to put DeBarro back up on the outside in the lead with Cohan down on his inside, Justin Fuller third, Donnie Leah fourth, Mike Kelly fifth. Sort of. I mean, it's a little jumbled up there. According to the scoreboard, that's where everybody's at, but that's because the scoreboard didn't update when Sean dropped back. So here we go, folks. Pace cars, lights are off. They're stacked up 2x2 coming through turn 3 and 4. This time by will be going back to green. We are past the halfway point. So they might possibly, I think, be able to make it from here on fuel, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. My math sucked anyway. Nice start by DeBarro, though, up there on the outside line. He got a really good start. I'm not sure if Cohan was sleeping or what, but DeBarro shoots by on the outside, takes the lead, moves Cohan to second, and Comstock up third.
Are Comstock's in third or Justin Fuller's in third? I'm showing Fuller in
I'm
third.
sorry, you're right. That's Fuller's car. He and Comstock, their freaking cars are so damn identical. I get them confused sometimes.
Yeah, I'm a little partial to that logo on the hood of Fuller's car.
Blah blah blah.
I kind of digging that.
So who is that on the hood of that car there, Sean?
That's Fred the Greyhound. He's the sponsor, or not the sponsor, but he is the mascot of Nemesis Lab.
And what is Nemesis Lab?
Nemesis Lab builds high quality simulation and gaming.
And where might one find out the product information for Nemesis Lab?
Right now, the only place you can really follow along with us is on Facebook, and we'd be happy if you jumped on Nemesis Lab on Facebook and followed along. We'd appreciate that greatly. And as soon as our chassis and pedal sets are ready to go, among other hardware that we are working on, light switch will be thrown on our website, and you'll be able to buy this fine hardware coming to you straight from Alabama. I'm going to stop self-promoting because I feel bad about that when I'm commentating. But thank you for giving me the opportunity.
I opened that door for a reason. The reason I say that, folks, is you can take we got a hell of a fight for the lead. I'll make this real quick. You can take solace in the fact that when you have a real-life race car driver building your sim racing stuff, you got quality stuff, folks. I'm just going to throw that out there. In the meantime, up front, Donnie Leah challenging for that lead on the inside, can't quite clear the 27 of DeBarro on the outside, so they're going to take that fight all the way down the backstretch. Cohan watching on from third place. Diving it down low into turn 3 is Leah down there on the inside in that 18 car on the outside. DeBarro trying to fight back. Leah is clear, but does he pull up, Sean? I don't think he does.
I don't think he does, but my attention has turned to DeBarro and Cohen, and Cohen is literally pushing Anthony DeBarro to the lead. The bump drafting is back. We have Camry pushing is DeBarro. Yeah, Camry on Camry again. Just working it, man. They are bump drafting and making it happen. It's impressive to see the bump draft coming back. It's impressive to see these guys actually making that work the way they're making it work. And there is no high line, low line working better than the other right now. It's just, where do you want to make the pass? Go do it.
Exactly. But you know what I have noticed? I've noticed this every time I see two-car bump drafting like that is the guy doing the bump draft, the bumping in the back, loses a lot of momentum going down to one. And I'm thinking it's probably because he can't see where the hell he's at. You know,
he has no idea.
At Michigan, you can't just dive that car down on the inside. You've got to time it just right when you turn the wheel and let up off the gas at a certain point. We call that your marks on the track. And when you're right up on a guy's ass like that, you can't see where you're at on track. So I imagine that's why I've seen that several times now, not just with these two, DeBarro and Cohan, but earlier, I believe it was Falkingham was bump drafting with somebody. Same thing with him. And right now we got Comstock and Fuller, the two cars we were just talking about a minute ago. They're bump drafting down here. Now watch, and we'll see what happens with Comstock. Yeah, he gets way off the bumper there. Not quite as bad though. So, but then again, that is David Comstock.
Get up high there to actually be able to get a little bit of view, and it's reminds me of when they used to. Well, it wasn't that long ago that they were running the 2-car draft.
Two-car tandem,
the second car in that 2-car draft, you saw nothing. You were
nothing, man. Yeah,
literally driving on feel alone, and at 170 plus, they're running almost 180 mile an hour. Actually, DeBarro right now is running 185, 186. You're gonna touch 190 before he lets off. Yeah, touching 190. I don't understand. I'll go 200 mile an hour, but I don't want to go 200 mile an hour not being able to see in front.
Well, you bring that up. Back in that day when I did a lot of league racing with a bunch of guys. It was I don't want to say the name over the air. I don't want to cause you problems, but basically they specialized in super speedway racing, and we had this system worked out to where the guy that was leading the 2-car tandem would tell the driver behind him, "Okay, turn now." That way,
Right.
He wouldn't be so far behind in the turn that he would lose that connection there. But
Right.
yeah, it's fun to watch this on Michigan. I mean, we're not at Talladega and Daytona, folks. We're in Michigan, and granted, it's a 2-mile track, but you're not accustomed to seeing bump drafting at this track, and you're definitely not accustomed to seeing a 2-car tandem break away like we're seeing those two teammates up front. But they are. DeBarro and Cohan have checked out a little bit. They got quite a good gap right now between the third-place car of Justin Fuller, who has his hands full with Donnie Lita.
I just had an Allen Iverson flashback when you said we're watching this on Michigan. All I can think of is you want to talk about Michigan. It's like you want to talk about practice. You want to talk about practice.
Leave me alone, man.
I can't help it.
I'm tired.
I can't. You him up. I just knock him out of the park, brother.
10-4. I put them up, you spike them. Well, here we go, folks. Lap 63 on the board. We've got 38 laps left in this race, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not real sure how far they can go on fuel. Somebody earlier had told me 38 laps. Somebody told me 43 laps. So probably we'll just split the difference there, and we'll say 40 laps. How's that
we
sound?
went back green with about 46 to go.
Yeah, so we are looking at least one more pit stop.
Yeah, they're not going to make it. If it goes green to the end, they're not going to make it.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, if it goes green to the end, you think we'll see anybody short pitting if they think it's going to go green to the end?
That's a strategy that you're going to see someone run. If we have a long green flag right now, someone will try that. But they're going to be the ones that are out there on the old tires at the end.
I'll tell
whether
you
that pays off
that.
or not, we never know. I can see someone coming in towards the end. If this thing goes green and we only have 3 or 4 laps left, then come in and take 2 possibly. But it's all up in the air until whoa. As I'm talking, Nick Cohen getting a little sideways coming off of 4 there. That was a little bit of a moment.
I think Fuller, I'm not sure what's going on with Fuller, but he's dropped all the way back to 8th. Now he's fighting for 9th. He may be fuel conserving. We were just talking about that. Let's see here. Let's duck inside his cockpit and see what his RPMs look like going down to the turns now.
It's hard to say. I mean, it's like we're over halfway there. We've got 36 or 35 and a half to go, basically. We're going to come up on pit stops with 5 to go unless there's another caution. Only 2 cautions so far tonight, and I hate as a commentator to bring that up because
I was just about to say, why the hell would you say that?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just trying to create chaos. I'm good at it.
You are good at that. Well, in the meantime, folks, believe it or not, those 2 guys that were up front checking out have been caught. Comstock and Donnie Leah have caught up to him now. Comstock shoots down the inside of Donnie Leah. Thought about trying to take 3rd spot away. He's not going to make it right there. Leah fights back on the outside, and that's exactly what the 2 guys in front of them want to see. In the meantime, they're coming up on the slower car of Ben Kilcrease here, going through turns 3 and 4. Kilcrease is going to stick it down low and keep it down low, try to let these guys race it out. Wow, look at how loose DeBarro got just now coming off turn 3. We talked about that earlier. That is a treacherous area. That's where our chaos corner there has been 3 and 4. Those guys coming out of there just getting wicked loose. But he maintained. They're still doing the 2-car tandem there, Sean.
Yeah, DeBarro has loose tires. Tires don't stick.
These tires don't stick very well, senor. Oh my God, we're gonna have somebody like raging against us over that. But anyway,
I could have said jalapeno on a stick. I mean, that's where I was.
Jose
going.
jalapeno on a stick, yeah. JeffDunham.com. Anyway,
oh, man. I kill you.
Silence! I kill you.
Oh, there he goes again.
A big wiggle off before that time. He gets up into the
that
wall.
car's coming out from under Anthony.
Yeah, and he's going to lose 3 spots right there, maybe even more. Oh, and look, we got somebody on it, and Nick Cohan spins down the inside of the infield there as we were talking about that. Wow, man. Not real
Does that
sure.
put Donnie Leah in the lead?
Well, let's find out here. It looks like he and Comstock got together. Comstock checks up. Cohan goes for a ride, and Leah shoots down the inside, and I do believe, no, Leah is in the wall now. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Leah got loose again. Comstock shot underneath him, got by.
Whoa, how did they not get together?
With 33 to go.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe we're still under green. I mean, Leah tried to take down. And we got another car wiggling back there. Again, it's that M&M's car. Who is that? That is Nigel Standish, and that M&M's car was all over the place. And, I mean, I don't know how he saved it, but, folks, look at who's right next to him right now. Down there on the inside, Mitch Rollo was in 35th or there after getting spun down through the pits, has worked his way back up to 11th, slides up in front of Standish in that 09 car. I'll tell you what, I think Rollo's on a mission here, bud.
Yeah, we have some cars inside the top 10 that we haven't talked about all night. We have Shane Ewing running 4th right now. Mike Kelly back
here
up
goes
to
Leah
2nd.
again. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to cut you off again, but oh my God, Leah! I don't know how many times he's going to step out like that, coming off of 4 before he actually loops it.
We haven't seen the tires get this loose. We haven't seen the cars get this crazy this early in a run. I mean, we're not that deep into this run. We still have about 20 laps to go or so before we start seeing pit stops. It's a heck of a race. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Wow, look at Fuller down there on the inside also. Dwayne Vincent. That's my... Oh my God, Mitch Rollo. 4 wide right there. Holy smokes, they did not wreck at all. But again, it was Leah getting loose, and Fuller takes it outside, takes it away from the 13 car of Dwayne Vincent, so put Fuller up to 6th place, Vincent back to 7th.
Our producer brought it up. I was going through the names that are in the top 10 that we haven't talked about. Nick Thames is killing it, man. He's running 3rd right now, right behind
36.
David Comstock. We've got Shane Ewing running 4th. Mike Kelly back up to 5th after some problems in the middle of the race after starting on the pole. Dwayne Vincent running 7th inside the top 10. Nigel Standish.
Oh, wow. Fuller gets way loose coming off 4. I'm sorry. Did not mean to walk over you again.
We can't even do a field rundown because things keep happening. That's how crazy this is.
If we can get a replay on that, I don't know how he saved that car. That was outstanding driving, but he was Dukes of Hazzard in that thing all the way down the front stretch. Man.
Them Dukes.
I'm telling you, you're just a good old boy. Just spinning off the turn.
We're having too much fun.
We are. I'm sorry. I'll read it in. No, I won't.
Do we need to get more serious and more professional?
Whatever.
Let's turn this into a golf-style broadcast.
Golf laps. And here we go. Coming off the turn 4. Anthony DeBarro's got the lead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we need to quit that.
For those of you just tuning in, we are not having sound issues. I'm just being a jackass.
No,
Anyway, up
both of
front,
you are.
DeBarro is still maintaining that lead, but look at him inside that cockpit, swatting at those bees. Comstock on his outside. The track, Sean, has really transformed. It's hot and it's greasy. Our track temperature was up to 182 a few minutes ago, but now we got some cloud cover. It's dropped down to 113, but that doesn't seem to really be slowing these guys down from pushing these cars as hard as they can. And like you said, look at Nick Timms up there in third place from 36th starting spot. And I said a minute ago, where the hell did he even come from? We haven't talked about him all night, but here we are in the final third of this race, and he's right up there poking his nose in the fight for the lead.
Yeah, look at Shane Vincent running 5th, started 22nd. Shane Ewing started 22nd, running 5th. It was Dwayne Vincent running 7th, started 17th. We got some people making some big moves. Chris Gabot.
From dead last.
Yeah, to 10th.
I mean, 41st, folks, to 10th spot. That's 31 places.
Was it earlier you were talking about Timothy Johnson making a run back up to the front?
Yep, and there he is, 11th place.
He's going from 35th to 11th.
Yep. Started this race 3 laps down, and using, wave buys and lucky dogs to get his laps back. Told you he was going to drive up to the field. But look at this. Mitch Rollo now up to 6th place. Folks, I want to cover Mitch real quick. Rollo and Fuller got together coming off of turn 4 earlier in this race, Calamity Corner as we like to call it, spun down into the pits, slowed his car down enough to not get a speeding penalty. There was a caution immediately after that, so he didn't lose any time at all as far as going through the pits, getting back up to speed. Didn't lose a lap or anything. Has fought his way back up from, I believe it was 36th on that restart to 10th place, and he was looking strong earlier in this race. He was strong earlier in this race there, Sean. Looked really good early in this race, but now we got Mike Kelly making a pass, coming up the 3rd spot, moving Tim's back to 4th. I mean, we've got some really great racing going on here, and it's not chaotic. It's aggressive and it's hard driving, but it's not chaotic.
No, I mean, people are just driving hard, and they're doing a really good job with this car. The package, like we said earlier, the package is totally different, and it's something that everybody's coming to grips with at the same time, but speaks volumes that we've only seen yellows. He says again, as a commentator, we're worrying about bringing out a 3rd. But it's just impressive to watch these guys come to grips with this package and put on the show that they're putting on right now, because they are going after it.
They really are. Well, look, we've got a visitor up in the booth, somebody I've been wanting to have a word with. Unfortunately, not like this. He's retired his car from the race. Ben Kilcrease, how you doing, buddy?
I've been better, John. How you guys up here in the booth?
Well, man, you and your crossover motorsports guys are looking so damn strong tonight, but unfortunately you got involved in a massive wreck early in the race. Tell us what you saw there.
Well, you give these guys a car that's the easiest car on iRacing to drive, and they still go out there and drive like idiots and crash on straightaways. So that's what happens, and destroys everybody's junk behind them with really no repercussions at all to themselves. So, we'll just move on to next week and go tear up some more crap.
Is this the easiest car to drive on iRacing? Because it doesn't look like it right now.
It's a little bit harder to drive this week, but I mean, it's basically hold it to the floor and draft the person in front of you. It's not hard at all. But these guys seem to make it, I don't know.
I'm going to have to hop out there with you guys at some point and experience this one, even if it's just in practice, just to get out there and turn some. Definitely want to check it out. So we have DeBarro pulling in the pits. We have a line of cars pulling in the pits right now.
Well, green flag pit stops runaway. Ben, thanks for spending some minutes with us, man. Again, sorry for your bad luck tonight, but you were looking strong, man. At least leave here with that, knowing that you guys, all of y'all, are looking great.
Absolutely. Thanks, John. You guys have a good rest of the show. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than the first half.
That's Ben Kilcrease, folks, driver of the number 00 Ford Mustang for Crossover Motorsports. Also, I might add, the fair and awesome leader of SRN, the Sim Racing Network. He is the founder and president of our little thing here. But as our producers mentioned, and as our fellow drivers have mentioned, pit flags, holy hell. Green flag pit stops. Green flag pit stops are taking place. We had DeBarro on pit road. Now we've got the 17 car of Thames. We got the 4 cars on pit road. Man, we got everybody ducking down pit road right now, getting those green flag pit stops going. We talked about this as being a possibility earlier. So Comstock's got the lead right now, but he'll probably be ducking in here pretty soon himself. But he has been known. I've said this before. I said it earlier. He's been known to try and stretch his fuel mileage out as long as he can, hoping for that last little caution. And as I say that, it looks like he's coming on pit road. You son of a bitch.
That's how that happens. As soon as we say it, they're going to do the opposite.
I swear to God, he's listening to us, and he's like, I'm going to make him look like a fool.
I say all the time when I'm watching races at home, I'll say something, and then 30 seconds later, the commentators on TV will say it, and my wife swears that they bugged our house.
Yeah. Just the thought of that makes me laugh. Oh, Comstock. Oh, no, he didn't slide. He's in. It looked for just a second like he might have slid through his box a little bit.
There is someone spinning on the backstretch.
Oh, no. The caution's out while he's on pit road. And see, he just should have stuck with his usual strategy. That's what he should have done. And it's Randy Yoakum in the 8 car, folks. Looks like he got hit by Falkingham, though. Falkingham got wicked loose. I think Falkingham was coming off of pit road. Oh, no, he was just our second place car. That's all he was. Just old tires, and he come off a turn 2, it looks like there, and just got wicked loose and got up into the 8 car of Randy Yoakum, and that was it from there, man.
Was it a wicked pissa?
It was a wicked pissa, yeah.
I hate when that. Those are the worst.
He ejected. He went straight off the track. He didn't even go to pit road. Falkingham has retired from the race. Got to be frustrated there, I guess. I mean, he was running second and basically just took himself out of the race. But what that really did was really screw up a few folks that were on pit road that had just come to pits, one of those being Dave Comstock. So we'll see how this shakes out, folks. We're going to take a really fast break, probably just a couple of commercials. We'll leave it on corner to corner, let this all shake out and see who's going to come down pit road now and who has already come down pit road. And when we come back, we'll give you a rundown of who come out where. Stay tuned to the Sim Racing Network. When we come back, it'll be less than 20 to go.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And welcome back to the Transervice Cup Series Sim500 presented by the Sim Racing Network. And, man, well, Sean, we saw it under caution. While we were away at break, there was a little bit of activity between the 21 car and the 42 car. I guess they're shaking hands out there, maybe.
I don't think it was a handshake. I think there may be a little bit of animosity there.
And now they're both coming down pit road. Now, I'm not sure what started this with these two, but while we were at commercial break, as I guess Cohan was coming around Comstock, they got into each other. I don't know who went up or who went down, but they got into each other, caused significant damage to both cars, and then coming through 3 and 4, Comstock knocked the hell, for lack of a better word, knocked the hell out of Cohan and damn near spun him. So that's some drama right there. Some of our faster cars during the race, and they're going to be way back in the field now with damaged vehicles. which puts DeBarro back up in the lead. We got a lot of waiver rounds in front of DeBarro, but I believe he is going to be the leader once we go 1 to go and all these waiver rounds get on by. These are guys that were either in the pits or had just pitted when the caution came out for Randy Yoakum and Daniel Falkingham. But Sean, that shakes things up a lot right here.
Yeah, it definitely does. Two of the strongest cars we've seen all night down in the pits with Joe in effect right now. It's anyone's race. DeBarro's still out front right now, being shown out front anyway.
I don't know what's going on, but they're all passing all these guys now. So somebody must have stayed out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's things will sort out here, and we'll see what's going on. Right now, we're looking at DeBarro and Kelly. I think DeBarro and Kelly are running 1-2, I believe. It looks to be. Yeah,
but that's not
there's a little
updating.
confusion on track. We're not really sure what's going on here. Yeah, we're just getting word from our producer about what's going on, and it's definitely DeBarro out front, Mike Kelly being scored in second right now, Shane Ewing third, Mitch Rollo actually being shown in fourth right now, and that 28 car, Timothy Johnston, showing him in fifth.
Told you. Called it. I'm sorry. Look, I'm not right very often, but when I am, I like to toot my own horn.
Do you really? You're happy about that?
I am, dude. You have no idea. I'm wrong more than I'm right. Okay.
Hey, man.
Aren't we all? Just throwing that out there. But yeah, I watched Johnson the last couple of weeks, man. He was just the guy is a natural. I mean, he really is, it seems like. He knows how to keep his nose clean, but be really aggressive in getting through the field. He did it really well last week and again this week. And man, for a guy that started the race laps down, he's doing quite well. But look at Mitch Rollo back up to fourth. Well, folks, the green lights, no, they're not. The yellow lights on the caution car are off. Please, God, let this race end soon.
There's going to be 15 to go when we take the green.
I'm so tired, and it's Monday, and I hate Mondays. But anyway, caution lights are off the pace car. We're stacked up 2 by 2. We're about to go back to green. DeBarro chooses the outside line again, as he has all night long on his restarts. He's got Mike Kelly down there in the 2 car, Shane Ewing back there, Mitch Rollo down there on the inside. So here we go, folks. We're going to see how this is going to go. Pace car should be ducking off any second now. Oh, wait, no, they waved the green off. Was
it a wave? Because Kelly started going, man.
They waved off the green. They threw the caution back out, and we've got a lot of cars ducking down pit road. I'm not really sure what's going on. This probably goes back to we thought there were going to be a bunch of waiver rounds, but the race admin has thrown the caution, and we do have a bunch of cars on pit road. So, folks, we're just going to let this sort around for a minute. We're going to take 10 seconds for station identification, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back and still trying to sort out what happened here. In the meantime, the front hasn't changed a whole lot, even though they're showing Mike Kelly up there in the lead. He is not in the lead. That will be Anthony DeBarro. That's just the scoring on my end. The iRacing scoring doesn't update every second. It updates every lap. So here we go. We're going to try and go back to green here. I believe it's 1 to go. Right, Sean?
Let me take a look at are the lights off on the pace car?
Yeah, lights are off on the pace car, so we are going to be. I mean, I saw lights off, but hell, I've been seeing damaged cars from lap 1, so I don't know what's going on.
Lights are off. I did mention LSD earlier. Are you sure no one slipped or something?
Somebody might have slipped me up. I don't know.
I mean, you're seeing things, and I'm worried about you. We care about you.
I'm fine, man. Let's just do this, all right?
I'm good. It's the racing. It's gotten to my head.
That's it. It's that high-octane fuel. Pace car's off. Green flag is in the air. DeBarro gets a really good start this time on the outside. Rollo pushing the 2 car. Mike Kelly down there on the low line. But look at DeBarro, man. He is just a powerhouse on that outside line right there. But right behind him, he's got that 32 car of Shane Ewing. Look at this 4-car pack fighting for second spot, including the 28 car we were just talking about, Timothy Johnson back there. Oh, look at this. Rollo shoots down the inside of Mike Kelly. Looked really strong coming off turn 2 right there, Sean.
Yeah, definitely. Rollo's up there. He's mixing it up, and we have an M&M's car in the mix for the first time this evening at the front of the pack.
Well, that M&M's car of Nigel Standish has been wicked loose a few times. I mean, he's been so sideways you can see his number down the front stretch. So we'll see how he handles this. But look at Mitch Rollo down there on the inside, folks. This is the guy who got spun down on pit road earlier, fighting for the lead now. Mike Kelly shoots down. He drafts up to the backside, shoots down to the inside of the barrel, gets up into him just a little bit going down to one, crowds him up the track. A little, I don't know if they touched, but he got his attention for sure. He made him move that car up the track. Kelly's going to take that lead, and Rollo's still fighting down there on the inside line, trying to make himself up to the lead. Look at this. DeBarro shoots back down to the inside. We're not done with this fight for the lead, folks.
DeBarro's not done at all. DeBarro takes it down low, goes by Kelly. Mitch Rollo keeping it all the way down on the yellow line. Mitch is actually looking for the lead here. And then behind the top three cars, we have
a zoo.
Chaos with 12 to go.
We have a rolling thunder of beasts. I mean, look at this. My God, there's 15 cars within 100 feet of each other.
Yeah, it looks like a Mad Max movie. The only thing we're missing is like a bunch of dust flying up in the air behind them.
And some crazy dude on the front of a car with a mohawk screaming obscenities at everybody.
I think that's Justin Fuller.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, no. I may have unplugged myself.
No, I can still hear you. You're good. DeBarro's up front. Mitch Rollo running second. Mike Kelly being shown in third. Shane Ewing fourth. Dustin Fuller scored in fifth. And Timothy Johnston back to sixth after that restart. But Timothy's still in the hunt. We literally have... How many cars do we have in the hunt for this thing? We go all the way back to 22nd spot. And the 22nd place car is only 4.7 seconds back of the lead.
Oh, man. I tell you what, the 32 of Ewing and the 18 of Donnie Leah got really close to each other just now. I don't know if they touched or not, but it couldn't have been closer than the width of a piece of paper. And Timothy Johnson back there on the high side saw all that and backed up. But look at this move that Mike Kelly just made down to the inside, coming off of turn 4. Shoots down across the entire field with 4 wide for him, behind him for second. It narrows down to 3 wide. My God, Sean, this is not the last lap, is it?
They're racing like it is. They're racing like they can win it right now with 10 to go. Justin Fuller just comes out of the middle. He was 3 wide. He was the Nemesis Lab sandwich there for a few minutes. And and now Justin Fuller letting who is that? That is Leah.
But Leah pushes him hard down to 3, gets him loose. I don't think Fuller even lifted right there. Dives it down to the inside to maintain his lead over Mike Kelly. In the meantime, the 19 car way up against the wall there. I don't know who that is that's behind him. Is it the 4 car? I can't tell.
Did we just stop talking and let this thing play out?
Trey Edson, the 40 car.
This is unbelievably ridiculous. Now Leah going for the lead. We have 9 to go, and the last 10 laps of this race are going to all be like the final lap. This is absolutely unbelievable.
And don't forget, we've got green, white checkered now also.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do.
I think it's one attempt at it, but we do have green, white checkered. So if something happens, I'm not even going to say the word. If something happens before we take the white flag, there will be a green, white checkered attempt to finish this under green. But my goodness, man. Look at this. Down in the grass goes Mike Kelly. Doesn't even lift, man. Look at this.
And now he's back up into... Well, Kelly just came back up onto the track and got into... Who was that he got into?
Looked like Edson or Ewing, and both of them were all over each other there. But Kelly, no fear at all, man. Doesn't even lift. Now we got 3 wide with the 17 car all the way down to the inside. Nick Thames with that... I don't even think he's got a sponsor on that car. I mean, I've seen a black car. Okay, so I'm being told by my producer he's got something on the car, but my goodness, look at this battle we've got everywhere on track. There's a fight for position from first all the way back to, I'm guessing, 16th.
It's first to 22nd are all on the lead lap, and the 22nd place car is about 7 seconds behind the first place car. I don't remember the last time that we've had an entire, just a 22-car pack pull together at the end of a race, basically. We have 7 to go here at Michigan.
7 to go, and right now, Donnie Lee in that 18 Toyota, he's got the lead, but Fuller is all over him, trying to figure out a way to get by him. Fuller ducks up high, tries to arc it down low. That didn't work for him, so he's looking for a way to get by that car. But while he's doing all that wiggling, Sean, you touched on this earlier, the more you move that wheel, the more speed and momentum you scrub off.
Absolutely. It's speed, momentum, and then it's actually getting the car to go through the corner properly. the more you move that weight around, the harder it is to get the car to turn. And I think we're seeing Fuller trying to take advantage of that right
Mike
now.
Kelly
He's
hard
stuck
into the wall coming out turn 2. Not sure how bad he damaged his car, but he's losing a lot of speed, a lot of spots right there. Again, the number 2 car of Mike Kelly hard into the wall on the outside of turn 2 as he exited the corner there. No, he kept it straight, but man, I mean, he pounded that outside wall really good and hard.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at Mike's car right now. That right front is hurt. His body man is not going to be happy with him after this. And as we're talking, Justin Fuller dives down to the inside of Leah and takes the lead.
For now.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, we've got 5 to go. We're going to see, with 5 to go, it's quite feasible that we could have 30, maybe 40 more lead changes.
Well, look at this. Nabarro down to the inside. He's going to make it 3 wide for the lead going down to turn 3. This is a treacherous corner to do this. 3 wide doesn't usually work. And look at that. Chases them all the way up into the wall. Leah doesn't even back out of the gas. Oh, my goodness. Look at Mitch Rollo. He's going to poke his nose down to this. Here comes Tim down the inside the 17 car. They throw a block on him. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to say.
None of this is making sense. This does not compute at all. This is amazing racing we're seeing.
I just don't know how they have not wadded each other. Oh, and as I say that.
There it goes.
Oh, here we go. Big wreck at the front of the field. Takes out 4 so far. Caution's out. Nick Thames is in the lead. However, let's go back and see who's going to be collected in this.
Did Nick cause it or did Mitch cause it?
Wow, Mike Kelly's car, huge hit on the outside wall. He got turned by the 22, trying to avoid all that mess. Man.
Yeah, I'm on board with Nick Thames right now. Mitch, looks like Mitch may have gotten to the side of Nick. Nick didn't look like he was coming up the track. And as soon as Mitch Rollo and Nick Thames touched, Mitch went flying up the track, and then general chaos ensued.
Well, folks, we're going to take a minute to let this sort itself out while we show this. Are we showing the replay again? I can't tell.
All
right. So we're just going to take a quick break, let this sort itself out, get everybody lined up under the caution here, sort out who was taken out in this race and who wasn't. When we come back, hopefully we'll see the end of this race under a green-white checkered, it looks like, because that happened on lap 97. So we'll see how this goes. But, oh, my goodness, Mitch Rollo's car is missing several front-end parts here. We'll be right back. Stay tuned to the Sim Racing Network.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your scan. This is saying you have lung cancer. And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer?
I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
And welcome back to the Chaos Hour, as I like to call it. Folks, we have, we got a green-white checker. This is the first one in Sim500 history, if I'm not mistaken. Did they have one last night? Because I wasn't there. Okay,
there you go.
well,
there you go. There was one in the truck race last
Yeah.
night. No
So
green white checker.
corrected. But still, it's pretty cool. I'm finally digging that they got around, that iRacing finally got with the times on this. Granted, it's caused a little chaos in some of the official races, but that's okay. You know what? You take what you can get. So we're going to try this one time, folks. A green-white checkered. Basically, what's going to happen is they're going to take the white. Next flag is the they'll take the green. The next flag is the white. And after that, whatever flag happens next ends the race. So we're going to see what we can do with this. Now, we had a heck of a pileup, which brought this caution out. Took out a lot of very fast cars, among them Mitch Rollo. Justin Fuller was involved in this. Just really a lot of the faster cars we've been talking about all night long were involved. So we're gonna line them up here and see what happens there, Sean.
Yeah, Justin was involved, but he's still being shown in fourth. His car really doesn't look all that bad in comparison to a lot of the other cars that are up front. I mean, it's Nick's Mustang, Nick Tim's Mustang, that 17 car actually looks pretty good too on the front end. But Donnie Leah is broken.
I don't know, man. Leah's damage ain't nearly as bad as some of the other cars I've seen out there. Now, this giant might just be me, but I'm showing Nick Thames with no bumper. I mean, there's nothing there.
The front of Nick Thames' car looks great. Yeah, it's something. You're in an alternative universe tonight. I'm not really sure where you're at. We're broadcasting the same race.
I see a lot of demolition derby cars out there in the front. I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, whatever, man. So anyway, lights are off on the pace car. Folks, here we go. This is going to be exciting. I'm so pumped up for this right now. Now, we still got some great, strong cars up front. The 28 car, we've been talking about him a lot tonight. Wound up starting this race 2 laps down due to connection issues, worked his way back up onto the lead lap, and he's all the way up now inside the top 10. Sits right there in 5th place. Timothy Johnson does. Here we go. Pace cars, lights are off. They're coming 2 by 2 through turns 3 and 4. This is it, Sean. This flag's going to wave, and we're going to get these beasts rolling again. And now look, Thames is back. Bumper is back. That's awesome.
Thames' bumper is back, and he's on the outside. Chose that outside lane to start.
Everybody has tonight, yeah.
Donnie Leah needs to back it up a little bit. Green flag out.
That's the game. Green flag is waving. And, man, what a start. And I think Leah timed that just right. If he doesn't get a black flag for passing the leader up prior to the start of this race, he'll be good to go, because
I think he gave it back before.
Yeah, he did. So he timed it perfectly. Now, folks, if we get through this lap with and as I say that, look at Standish stepping out right there. My goodness. And way back there in the back, Mitch Rollo spinning down to the inside. I think he kept it straight, though. Nope, caution's out. Nope. This is going to end it right here.
Does Nick win? Yep. I'm showing Nick out front.
Yeah, Nick
out front. Donnie Lee second. Off. Justin Fuller third is what I'm showing right now.
Wow. So let's go see what caused this caution.
Nick's never won a race. We're being told by our producer, Aaron Grosskopf, that Nick has never won a race in Sim500. Is Sim500 completely or this series? Sim500 completely. Nick Thames, first-time winner, and hard fought tonight.
So, are y'all ready for this?
This has been a battle.
The caution was brought out to you for wrecking for 30th.
Wrecking for 30. Hey.
Not even joking.
Every place counts.
Okay. You say so.
30th place matters. How's that?
Sure.
You don't buy into that?
No.
29th place matters.
Okay.
No? Still no?
No.
I'm trying to help here.
I know. I hate seeing a race finish on a caution, man.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It
No
drives
one
me
likes
nuts.
No one likes it.
But,
We tried to go
I
green
mean,
white checkered. We really did.
Please, yeah, don't get me wrong, folks. This is one of the best races I've broadcast ever, period, hands down. I mean, there was no lack of excitement anywhere at all. So that's going to wrap it up right here. We're going to take a small break. I'm not sure how many commercials my producer has in the reserve bank there, but we're going to take a break while these guys finish this up right here. This is going to be it. We're going to leave it on corner to corner, let you watch that 17 Hitman car do his burnouts and everything as he gets a little love tap from, I think that's Fuller right there, congratulating him on his victory. When we come back, we'll give you some interviews with top three, and we'll touch a few corners on this race and see how it went and give you all the good stuff for the post-race show. Stay tuned to the Sim Racing Network. We shall return.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your... And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer? I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And welcome back to the post-race show for the Sim500 Monday night Transervice Cup Series, brought to you by Sim Racing Network. I'm John Mushton. Beside me in the booth is Sean Yoder. And Sean, if I'm not mistaken, you have an interview for us from our third place finisher of Shane Ewing.
I certainly hope I do. Shane, do we have you? Are you here?
Yeah, Sean, I got you.
Are you winded? Fluids. Do you need?
I might need a defibrillator, man.
That was chaos, brother. That was absolutely unbelievable to watch from the booth. It had to be incredible inside the car, coming from 22nd up to 3rd in that Rayovac machine. How was your Camry out there tonight? How do you like this new package? And tell us about your race, man.
Car was fast. I owe a lot to these Dizzy Motorsports guys. Anthony, Nick, Tim, my crew chief, Brendan. I have been with a lot of great teammates, but these guys have really, really helped me understand what I need in the car, what I need to do to make it better, and just calm me down when I get a little too upset. So thanks to them. The car was good. I liked the package. I especially like that we got a little looseness back in these cars, and you can drive them with the throttle a little bit. That makes it exciting. Hopefully we run a lot more tracks like this because it suits my style.
It was unbelievable to watch, Shane. It was a pleasure to watch you guys. Starting from 22nd, running all the way up to 3rd, watching you run from the pack for 100 laps here at Michigan. Very interesting. More power to you for being able to hang on to that car. I know you got to the front, you got shuffled back, you got to the front, you got shuffled back a little bit. Wasn't an easy run for you at all. So congratulations on putting it on the podium tonight. If you have anyone you'd like to thank, go ahead and thank them now.
Yeah, I got to thank you guys at the Sim Racing Network, Transervice, who sponsors this thing. This is a great group of drivers. We have a lot of fun. We get under each other's skin a little bit from time to time, but we're all just super competitive. But this is, in my opinion, this is the best, most competitive league in iRacing, and we put on a great show. I know my mom's watching. I want to thank her for watching. Hopefully, I got her out of her chair a few times. Thanks, man. I'm just whipped.
As you should be. We're whipped, and all we did was yell at the screen, yell at a microphone for 100 laps tonight. Excellent job, excellent drive. Shane Ewing in that Rayovac number 32 Camry, bringing it home in third. Congratulations, Shane. We're going to go to our second place finisher now. If we can get him in here. Donnie Leah. Donnie Leah, are you here, sir?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So, Donnie, you got to walk us through it, man. That was work tonight. It was a heck of a job. That 18 Camry. We've seen Camrys at the front of the field tonight. Your car, I would call it less than straight for about the last half of this race, and yet you didn't really seem to lose any pace all night. Did the car? After you started getting a little damage on that front end, I'm looking at you right now. I'm actually looking at a little bit of a replay, and it's bent. So how was that thing handling, and how did you manage to hold on to a second, starting 12th, finishing second? Congratulations. Just let us know how your race went.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, no, it was wow, that was a fun race, to be honest with you. Challenging with this package, with this setup. Finally, we have something that's free, something that's loose, and just hanging on, man. I got a little bit of damage, and that actually helped me for a little while, not make it a little less free. And but then I kind of beat my stuff up, beat my tires up there, and I think it was the second to last run, and or the last run, and I was done. I was kind of out of it. I had some damage. I drove it into the fence a couple times, and just kind of riding to the end, and then that yellow come out, and I stayed out. It's just kind of, I got lucky there to get a shot to come back through.
So what I'm hearing, sorry, Sean, I gotta jump in here. So what I'm hearing, Donnie, is you made some on-track engineering adjustments with the use of the track facility, correct?
Yeah, if you want to get technical, that's definitely what I did. Yeah. So
go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in there, man.
Yeah.
No, that makes perfect sense. You need the car to tighten up a little bit. Just hit a wall. Hit a wall and see what happens. It's basically you went to Vegas.
Yeah. So I
went to Vegas and you won.
Definitely bent it up, but it was a good race, and just want to thank you guys for covering it. Transervice for sponsoring the series. Joey Katina for having us, and you guys for doing what you do. But I got lucky to have a shot at the win. So really, to finish second, I can't have any gripes about it. It was a good race. I really, actually, after I fixed the damage, and I took a light fuel load and drove from like 16th or something right to the lead. I had a good shot to win the race right there. So I was just lucky to have a shot to win the race after the troubles I had the run before. So I was happy about that. I don't know what happened with that whole wave around deal. A bunch of guys got screwed. So really, I mean, I shouldn't have even had a shot, but that's just how it goes sometimes. And then, it's just a lot of luck involved, so good fun night, but thanks guys.
Hey, put yourself in the right place at the right time, and luck comes to you. Donnie Leah bringing that number 18 Camry home in second place tonight after starting 12th. Heck of a job, Donnie. Did you already thank folks? Did I miss that? Or you got some folks you need to thank?
No, I thanked everybody. Thank you guys. I just want to thank my teammates too. It's kind of a weird deal. Me and John are joining up. We're Turn 1 heroes a little bit. So Nelson and Mike Kelly, Scott Simley, and me and John are kind of working together. Two separate teams, but we hang out in the same chat room. So thanks all them guys for. We just work together pretty well, and everybody's talking strategy. Wow, it's nice to have people to bounce stuff off of strategy wise. So thank them guys, and thank you guys again. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Great run tonight, Donnie. That 18 Camry looking a little worse for wear, but bringing it home in second place takes a little bit of that pain away. Heck of a run tonight for the 18 car. I'm going to turn it over now to John Mustian Jr., and he has Nick Thames, who is probably more than a little fired up right now.
I had to wake him up actually down here in Victory Lane. He was snoozing in his car. Nick, buddy, congrats on this first win, my friend.
Woo! Oh my God! Finally.
It only took you a couple weeks, buddy. What are you worried about?
Oh my God! They were giving me all kinds of heck for the last couple weeks here, talking about 200 and something starts without a win. I'm like, finally.
Really? Has it been that many, man?
It's been a bunch. I lost count, but.
So you're like the Michael Waltrip of Sim500.
Pretty much, man. Finally. I can't believe it.
How's it feel, brother? I mean, honestly, I know it's got to feel great. Give us the lowdown, buddy.
You know what? I mean,
share your feelings, Nick. Share your feelings with us. Come on.
That was freaking awesome right there. And that's redemption. For a couple weeks ago, I just gave one away to Chris Jabu at Charlotte, and I never thought I'd live that one down. And finally, 2-3 weeks away, getting a damn cup win. My God. Oh, I can't believe
Well, look, I don't want to throw any water on this, but you started off like crap. 36th place, man. I'm kidding. That's amazing that you're able to start in 36th on this track. And Sean and I, we were barely able to keep up with all the action on track. It was so chaotic out there. The cars were loose. You had to know how to drive a loose car, work the throttle. And my friend, you did it from 36th starting spot. You bring home the victory. And I'm not going to lie, when you go back and watch the replay, you're going to see me. I'm going to like, where the hell did he come from? We haven't even seen him all night. I didn't even know you were in the field.
Well, here's the bad part about it. So after about halfway, a couple of my teammates here in the admin channel, we had a different strategy when we wanted to be on. And when we tried it, I mean, it was like gangbusters. And, I went from halfway spinning out to passing guys that I never get to pass. And I mean, just that pit strategy and that setup, for those short runs just worked flawlessly. It wasn't loose at all. It got tight toward the end when everybody else was twitching and the back end was coming around. I could just keep my foot in it, and I was able to drive back up through the pack there. But, I screwed myself on that last pit stop. I didn't take enough fuel and was going to run out. So I had to go back down pit road. And so I lost my 5th place position and went back to like 16th and drove all the way back up there in 15 laps.
Wow. That's even more impressive. Of all nights for Jatina to decide he wasn't going to hang out with us, huh?
I'm telling you, the boss man is not here. And we won a race. I got to thank Hitman Racewear, of course, 803 Web Design, Harbor Freight Tools, the Green White Checker Podcast, everybody that supports us and supports me that gets this thing done. Man, I can't be any happier right now. I'm almost in tears. I'm choked up. All my buddies that I race with, some of these guys, we're rivals and everything like that. But to hear them congratulate me after the race means a lot, and hopefully we can put some more of these together here before the end of the season.
I got faith in you, man. I've been watching you run this thing for a while myself, and I'm happy for you, brother. I am. It was impressive to watch. Watch you guys, all of y'all up front, work your way up to the front to begin with, and then that last few laps was just breathtaking. Congratulations, Nick Thames, on your victory, my friend. And I think you need to go call Joey and wake his ass up.
I'm calling a lot of people tonight.
Well, look, don't forget, we got this replay saved for you later on, man. So you'll be able to send links out to everybody that wants one.
Hell yeah! I want to thank Transervice and definitely you guys at the Sim Racing Network. Your coverage is excellent, and appreciate the support and being able to come on here and be a winner.
Well, I want to thank you and the rest of these guys here at Sim500 for giving us great races to call. Tonight was, in my humble opinion, one of the best damn sim races I've seen in a very, very, very long time, man. Congratulations again on the victory, Nick. Nick Thames, folks, your winner tonight here in Victory Lane. His first win in the Sim500 series. Hands down, one of the best ones I've seen in a long time. To give up for Nick Thames. Thanks again, Nick, for your time. And we will see you next week, my friend.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, Sean, that was, man, what a race. 103 laps. We went 3 laps over the scheduled 100 because of the green-white checker, which I am so thankful to see. We had 7 cautions on the night, 26 caution laps, 27 lead changes, man. In my estimate, I think, I don't have anything to go back and look at right now, but I know we had 39 at Kansas and 27 here. That's awesome.
I'm actually shocked that it was only 27. It seemed like every single time that one of us took over the mic, it was like we started talking. It was like, oh, and for the lead. It never stopped. It was unbelievable to watch. I can't wait for more of this.
Well, I tell you, we've said this before, and folks, I'm not exaggerating. Anybody that knows anything about sim racing will tell you the Sim500 guys put on a hell of a show all the time, but they just really seem to gravitate towards this new package better than most people we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it was. I think it's the best race that I've ever commentated on iRacing, without a doubt. It just excitement from the drop of the green flag to the end. Lots of fun to watch. Great to see Nick get his first win. Glad I was here for that. Definitely a great dude. I've only been around here for a couple months, but I had no idea that he had 200-ish starts without a win. So to take it during a cup event with this new package. That speaks pretty highly, man. I mean, these are not easy cars to race, and he got it done.
And I feel horrible. I really didn't even know he was in the field tonight, to be honest with you.
Well, why would you? He started 36th, and all of a sudden it was like, hey, that green and black car. And when he was coming through the field, I think that you got confused. You were like, hey, that's Comstock. No, it's not.
Nah, that was crazy. But I tell you, I love this new package. I really do. But, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. Let's see where we are next week. I believe crap, I just lost the schedule. I'm sorry. Bear with me, folks. Does anybody have the schedule handy? Aaron, do you have it? All right, give me a second. We'll give you a quick rundown of the schedule. Here it is. Next week, they're at Chicagoland. Ooh, that's going to be a fun one. That'll be fun to watch. Ben likes to call them cookie cutters, but this one's kind of more like a small D, kind of like what we're just now leaving. It's a really fun track to run. So, folks, June 17th, tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. We go green with the Chicagoland 200 here on the Sim Racing Network. The Transervice Cup Series brought to you by Transervice. Let's thank them very much for their support. Stop by their Facebook page and give them a thumbs up. Maybe look them up on the web, see if they can do you any kind of services at all. We got Chicagoland and Sonoma there. Sean, Sonoma. No cautions on Sonoma. That'll be fun.
Oh, no cautions? What?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It'll be admin only, if needed. So there you go. Well, folks, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Don't forget our triple threat. We've got the Facebook, we've got the YouTube, and we've got the Twitch. Search for the Sim Racing Network. For myself, Sean, you got any last thoughts?
I'm done, man. I'm going home. I'm going to feed the zoo and drink about 4.5 kegs of water, man. I'm dehydrated. I've been talking too much.
Well, folks, I want to let you know Sean goes above and beyond for us. He's not actually at home right now. He goes back to his lab over there at Nemesis to sit down and give us the hand that we needed here for this race night. So thank you very much for that, Sean. I also want to thank Aaron Groskoff down in the van down there, giving us all these great pictures, chatting in my ear, letting me know things I need to know, pointing out things that we didn't even see happening on the track, as a matter of fact. So, Aaron, thank you very much, folks. Remember, when you're out there on the roads, put your phone down. Don't be looking at anything but the highway or the road that you're driving on. Pay attention to what you're doing. And remember, smile more often, love each other, and God bless each and every one of you. I'm John Mushton Jr. with Sean Yoder and Aaron Groskoff signing off on the Sim Racing Network. God bless you.